So, one of my favorite movies, for those who are close to me, if you know me a little bit more, you know I'm not a movie person. I don't watch a lot of movies. I can't count on my fingertips how many movies I've watched in my lifetime. But uh, some of the movies that touch me the most are movies that are real life movies. And one movie that touched me the most, like I cried, I can be very emotional when I watch movies. And maybe that's one of the reasons I don't watch a lot of it. Although I do know that most of the stories in movies are not real, they are not real. But because I have a deep love for movies that are based on true life stories, and I know this really happened to somebody, I can be very, very emotional. One of the movies that touched me the most was In Pursuit of Happiness by Will Smith, which was the real life story of Chris Gardner, who was homeless. Chris Gardner was jobless and at the same time was caring for his young son. He had to sleep in shelters. He had to sleep in subways. Things were rough. Things were hard for him. But watching all those roughness it moved me to tears. The funny thing is I've watched it multiple times. When I see movies I love like that, I watch again and again and again. But every time I watch it, it's like I've never watched it before. I knew I was going to cry every time I watched the movie. I knew I would shed tears. It's very moving for me. But with relentless grit, he earned a stockbroker job and eventually became very successful. I just Googled and I found that eventually his net worth was like 60 to $70 million. He was able to find a company, became an author, this movie In Pursuit of Happiness was based on it. So why did I tell us this story? Because I want us to know that today's title, Hope Rises from Your Struggles, is real. No matter the struggle you are going through right now, hope can rise out of it for somebody, and you can be a blessing to others with what you are going through. Now, of course, it's not always easy. I understand that when we are going through difficult times, and we are not trying to minimize what you are going through at all, and we don't know it. Just like you don't know mine, I don't know yours. And the same challenge, even when we have similar challenges, our reactions are different. Why? Because we are different. We are wired differently. And so I understand that whatever you're going through is unique. But like Bishop Oyedepo always says, you don't have a special problem, don't create one for yourself. In as much as it's unique, it is still not special. Somebody has gone through it and they successfully navigated it. And the purpose of this video is to help you understand that you can successfully navigate whatever problems you are going through, no matter what it is. Somebody has success. And that's why I always recommend reading books. Find books of somebody who has navigated a similar situation and read it. The reason I tell you all the stories I tell you of people who succeeded is firstly for my own good, because I know when I learn from them, I'm been through big challenges in my life. I've told you about the loss of my parents. I've told you about failing multiple exams. I've told you about many things I've been through. And even there are newer things I'm dealing with every single day. Some have not matured enough for me to talk about it. And there's one interesting one which I can't wait to talk about. But the point is, these stories encourage me and I get courage to keep going. So I'm speaking to you from my heart today. And one very important thing. So I'm talking from page 36 and 37 of my book, Adapt and Advance today. That's where we are right now. And this is ending the chapter. This is the ending of chapter 3, which is turning your mess into your message. Next video will start from chapter 4. But the point I'm making right now is today, the title in the book is Turning Your Struggles into a Message of Hope. And the title for this video is Hope Rises from Your Struggles. I want you to know that no matter the struggle, hope can rise from it. And there are 4 ways. Fine, identify what is the struggle I'm going through right now. I just told you, for me, the example I would like to give to you today, which has matured, is failing my pride exam, my first year of residency. Today, I'm happy to announce to you that I've completed residency. and I'm officially an attending psychiatrist physician. I'm so happy for that. I've worked for 1 week and I'm my 1 week off right now. And I'm so glad. But the first year of my 4-year residency, I got this exam where I was at 10th percentile, and I had to find a way of turning that story around. I turned it around the second year, I became 84th percentile nationally in the US. The third year, I became 92nd percentile nationally in the US. And the fourth year, I became 95th percentile. I'm currently preparing for my bad exam, and my desire is 99th percentile, 88%, whatever that is. I'll share the story, the testimony when I get the results at the end of the year. I'm trusting God for that. But the point I'm making, I share all of this to let you know that I had to identify that problem in my first year of residency about 5 years ago. And how, after identifying it, so the content number one today is identify your struggle. Number two, reflect on a significant challenge or setback you have overcome. So I reflected on it. And then number three, write down how this experience can be used to encourage somebody. That's number three on the page 36 of my book, Adapt and Advance. How can you use the experience to encourage somebody? For me, after I moved from 10th percentile nationally to 84th, I said, okay, how can I use this experience? As soon as the program asked for somebody to volunteer to teach other residents how to prepare for this exam, I raised up my hand. I said, I know something about this. Whatever moved me from 10th to 84th, I want to teach other people. And I did. By the time I tried it for just the lower classes, first and second year. By the time we got the next result, they did outstandingly well. And then I tried it for the entire program. By the time we got to the fourth year, 4 of us, when I had 95th percentile, at least 3 people had better than 4 of us in one program in the entire of United States had above 95th percentile. I honestly don't know how many programs can have 4 out of 32 residents nationally have above 95th percentile. So definitely I used my story to inspire others. And whatever I'm going through every day, that's the way I look. That's the lens. I currently have a crisis I'm dealing with. And every day, the only thing I think is, how can this be a story to bless somebody? Although I'm still in the middle of it. But I do know the reason I'm going through it definitely is not to destroy me. The reason I'm going through it is not to, be the end of me. The reason I'm going through it is so I can be a blessing to other people when they go through such. And that's the way I look at it. I'm already recording, how I'm going to discuss it in my next book. I already have it recorded. I already have, paragraphs written, because I believe I'm going through this because God wants me to use my experience to be a blessing. And that's the way I look at every single problem that I encounter. And that's the way I want you to look at every problem you are encountering. And then finally, number 4 is share a word of comfort or encouragement with someone currently facing a difficult situation. So no matter what, those are the 4 things we are learning today. Identify what struggle you are going through. Reflect on the struggle. 3, write down how you can use this to be a blessing to others. And 4, share a word of encouragement, like I'm sharing with you right now, based on what I've been through in the past. And even the new ones, or ones, how I could use it to be a blessing to other people. So the personal call to action today for you is, I always have 2 call to actions, one corporate, one personal. The personal call to action today for you is one thing. Think about that thing. Just follow these 4 steps. Think about that one struggle, either a past, current, depending on how your comfort level about talking about it. How past one struggle, reflect on it, write down how you can use it to be a blessing, and 4, take a step. Action. So the personal call to action is take a step based on a struggle you have been able to overcome, or you are currently navigating and you see victory in sight, and send a text to somebody, pick your phone, call somebody, and use that story to be a blessing to someone. And let this be the orientation you have to all problems. How can I use this to be a blessing to somebody? The world will be a better place if we all think this way. The second call to action today is corporate, adapt and advance family. I just did a dance today, which will be posted to YouTube for the next couple of days. We have reached 508 sales as I'm talking to you right now. The target for this month of July, when we launched July 1st, was 500. So we're even surpassing our target already. And also, we have surpassed 161 reviews right now on Amazon and Goodreads together. So our corporate call to action is, if you've not had the opportunity to get a copy of my book, go get it now. And it's currently $199 for the ebook, $11.99 for the paperback, whatever one you prefer. And the audiobook will be out August 1st. Yay. So we're getting ready for that. So the corporate call to action is get a copy of my book and leave a review for me on Amazon. Review is what validates the book, that makes people who do not know me, who just searching for things on Amazon to get it. So writing a review for me, if the book has blessed you in any way, every video I'm making right now is based on the book. So if you've watched my video and in any way has blessed you, you could just go to Amazon and leave a review, because it is the book I'm saying. Everything I said today is from page 36 and 37. So you could go to Amazon, and you don't necessarily even have to buy it. I would encourage you to at least get the ebook, the $1.99, and also leave a review for me on Amazon. That will inspire. If you've been blessed, whatever you are writing in the comment in this video, because this video has blessed you, just go to Amazon, click on my book, click on leave a review. It doesn't have to be just 1 minute. Write a sentence that you watch this video based on the book and you were blessed by it, and say whatever way it has blessed you, and that will really be appreciated. Quickly, map lamp summary of the video today. Meaning making, for today, it's the entire thing is still under the chapter section of meaning making. So meaning making is reflecting on that challenge and seeing how you can use it to be a blessing to other people. Action, I've given you an action to take. Call somebody, text somebody, encourage somebody with your whatever you've been through. P is planning. You've got to sit down and plan. Don't make this a one-time thing. Plan genuinely how to use your story to continue to be a blessing to people. L is learning. This is the book I'm currently reading. It's a little bit big. The Happiness Trap is a psychiatric book written for the general audience. They talk about ACTS principle, acceptance and commitment therapy. It's big, and the audio is, I think, 12 hours. So I'm spending a little extra time on this because actually I've had a few weeks that are already covered, so I can spend. So if you really want to learn about principles to help you with psych issues, mental illness, or to prevent mental illnesses, I think it's a book I recommend for learning. Then there is alliance formation. Of course, you can't do life alone. You've got to work with people that can help you. And for my book sales, 500 today, I thank you. A lot of people bought like 10 for their friends, 5, 3, I have friends who bought 15. I'm grateful to everybody who has been a part of this journey to get to people. So alliances, and then M is mission statement. I say my mission statement to myself every day. I encourage you to do that every day. For me, as a person, and corporately as adapt and advance, is to fulfill God's purpose and be the best version of myself, as I move from one level of good success and good value to a greater level of success and good value part-time, and to contribute positively to the life of those that God has placed on my path. I say this every single day to myself before I get into the shower, when I'm in the shower, or whenever time I choose to. So say that, have a mission statement that you say to yourself every day. And then finally is prayers. And I would say one Bible verse that is very consistent with today is Romans 8:20. It's one of my 7 core Bible verses. You've said, heard me say it 1 million times. I don't have too many Bible verses memorized. I have very few Bible verses that I've memorized, but these 7, I say them to myself every single day. They matter a lot to me. If that's all I have from the Bible, I think it's enough for me. It's not for God to do what He wants to do with my life. So this one is Romans 8:20, and we know all things work together for good to them that love God, to them what they call according to His purpose. So God has the best plan for you, no matter what is happening in your life. So that brings us to the end of the map lamp principle. And the closing story today, which I think I've shared before, is the story of Bethany Hamilton. Bethany Hamilton, who is a pro surfer, a shark ate her left, a whole ham. That is scary. A shark took a whole ham. And that did not stop her from being a surfer. Most thought her surfing dreams came to an end after the shark took one whole ham, shark, in the ocean. And she returned to the wave, and the story today is inspiring millions. Her net worth is about 1 to 2 million. I just Googled this online, and I may not be accurate, but an author has a lot of awards and is inspiring millions with her story. Bethany Hamilton, you can Google it, pro surfer. So that tells us we have 2 big stories today, Chris Gardner at the beginning and at the end, Bethany Hamilton. These stories tell us that no matter what problems you are going through, you can get through it. If a shark ate somebody's hand and she can still be a sufferer after, I don't think there's anything you're going through that you cannot really overcome. Thank you so much for watching this video. Restream it for 12 hours. And after restreaming for 12 hours, we'll post it on YouTube same day in the evening after the completion of restream. We do this because YouTube wants us to restream original content. So we restream first, then we post it on YouTube. I want you to like it, share with your friends, and hopefully you got something that will help you keep going and moving forward in your life. Thank you so much. I love you, the love of Christ.